Talk That Talk TV, we back again.
Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devoured with fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I am Tika.
And it's your girl, EJ.
And we are Talk That Talk Media. We are here to just have a little bit of a conversation about Power Book Force 4, episode 3, from season 3, episode 2, y'all. And the shenanigans, of course, it was a lot of popping going on. And we just have to give a little vibe check. EJ, what was your vibe check? And also rate the episode. 1 to 5, 5 being the highest.
I'm gonna give this episode like a 3.5. I mean, I just need to get to when Tariq is gonna get here because I'm so over all of these people. Like, they work in my nerves. I'm over Jannard, I'm over Ashanti, I'm over Claudia, like I'm over all of them. When Tariq coming so we can see what we gonna do. I'm ready to get to the end.
Right, I hear you, EJ. I absolutely hear you. And I have a little theory or a little moment at the end. We're gonna get to that because I did think about Tariq as well. But for me, I rated the episode about a 4. You know, I guess 4 might be my favorite number or something these days. But it wasn't the worst, and it wasn't. I mean, I can't say that it was a bad episode. So, you know, I was here for all the bits and pieces, all the moving bits and pieces. But I did, like I said, I gave it a 4, and I see some of y'all dropping 7s in the chat. So drop your rating in the chat. Y'all, my scale is 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, but if you give it a 7, it's cool. Stephen Harris said, I give it a 7. Okay, we'll take that. So that's your version of a 5. Michelle Wadler said that she gave it a 7. So that's, I mean, actually in the median, that would be like a 3 or 4 too. So, okay. So we're here with y'all, and thank y'all for coming in. Well, let's go ahead and say hi to the chat while we got you. What's up, Nikki B? Thank you for coming in. Again, Stephen Harris, Lemon Kush Pepper, Michelle Wadler. Thank y'all. And keep the comments, comments coming. We absolutely appreciate it. And we're just gonna go ahead and dive on into this episode, y'all. Hold on, let me move these comments, but we're gonna dive on into this episode because the shenanigans were real and we were here for it though. So we'll start the episode off. Hold on, y'all. We start the episode off where Tommy is finally got his hands on Vic, and he let him know that you are literally going to be our snitch. You're going to run to us. You're going to tell us everything that happens between you and Marks, and every little information that Marks has, whatever she gives to you, you're going to have to feed that information back to me, or basically you about to be up out of here. And Diamond had no problem slinging this man around like Mr. T, throwing around a bunch of rotten tires. Like, he was literally slinging Vic from left to right, darn near drowning. Like, he was doing a lot with this whole torture scene of Vic, but Vic don't have a choice. It's like, okay, I guess I will go ahead and do what you tell me to do. So EJ, talk to me about Vic, and we know we don't care too much about Vic because Vic be out here snitching and doing the dumb stuff. But tell me your thoughts on they finally let him know. We know, we see you, we know who you really are, we know you the snitch.
Let's just keep it real. Vic should have been gone. Like, we shouldn't even be having this conversation. I don't trust any of this. Vic is not to be trusted. He's going to figure out a way to mess this all up regardless. He's going to figure out a way to try to, help Vic. when it's all said and done. And the fact that he didn't leave town quick enough just shows how stupid he is anyway. Like, why would you go to the Popos first and then end up getting caught? And now you're in this situation. This is just dumb. He had no reason to ever snitch on Tommy from the jump. So, like, I got no love for Vic. I could care less about Vic. I wish they would have just went ahead and took him out right then and there. That would have just been better for everything. I don't want to see him no more. Let's get rid of him.
Absolutely. And before we continue, I know we got somebody else that don't give a damn about Vic. With that being said, let's bring on the one and only Tamika's Den. What's good, Tamika? And let us know your thoughts. We know you don't give a damn, but let us know your thoughts on Vic.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, everybody. Yeah, y'all already know how I feel about Vic. But at this point, like I was saying when we was up here the last time, you know, it's good to have an inside man right now. You know, Tommy gonna do what he need to do to get this information from the feds. He gonna use you till he don't need you no more. You might as well. And the fact that he was still trying to play hardball and act like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. Boy, either that or your ass about to get drowned. So, yeah, so you know, play your position. He was dumb.
Absolutely. It was too damn dumb. And, you know, but another dumb one was, we got to talk about Claudia real quick, because Claudia out here trying to survive. But she ends up having 3 visitors. And we're just going to address all of her visitors real quick, because we don't care about Claudia. We know that Claudia should have been poked a long time ago, and poked. And that little hitter that they sent did not do the job properly. But, you know, Vic comes in and tells her, hey, Tommy and CBI are taking over the Viagra triangle. She's like, no, that's not, they can't do that. That's my, you know, that's my business. That's the, you know, but no, you can't run nothing behind bars since you up out of there. We running it. We're taking over your ish. And so now, you know, Vic is being the little runner. He's going and doing all the things that Tommy and that they're telling him to do. He has no choice. It's either that or be unalive. And then she has a visit from Marks, and Marks is like, basically, all of that info that you tried to give me was useless. All those people you tried to send me were useless. Yeah, I got some of the cartel, but I need the cartel. I don't need just, you know, these few little bits and pieces of people. And all your people that you were using, Merkovich and all of them, they up out of there. So you next, you might be next. But she's saying, of course, her bargaining chip is always to bring down Tommy. That's the only thing that Mark seems to care about. And that's the only thing that right now, that Claudia has that she can actually offer. And then she tells her boo thing, Elise, that, you know, we're gonna be working with CBI. And she's like, why would I want to work with CBI after what they tried to do to you? They tried to take you out. But like, baby, at this point, you don't have any choice. And so Elise was like, okay, well, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you safe and get you home. But baby, Claudia ain't going home no time soon. So you can kind of get that thought out the back of your mind. But ladies, any particular thoughts? I know we don't give a damn about Claudia neither, but any particular thoughts? So we can start with Tamika on Claudia and then these conversations that were had.
I just need to know, like, do they not monitor the phones anymore? The way they just putting out their whole plans and then talking all of this rug talk on the phones is taking me out. But, you know, yeah, I mean, the conversation with her and Vic, that's to be expected. They don't like each other. They can't stand each other. Y'all already tried to double cross each other. She tried to take, you know, him out. And, child, I don't give a damn about Miss I Want to Be a Mayor either, but you know, Tommy, like all you gotta do is say Tommy name and that's gonna get a rise out of her, even though at first she tried to be like, you know, well, we don't really care, we don't need him. And it's funny that Claudia was telling her, I know you want to rise to the top. I mean, at this point she's already feeling like she's doing that anyway, so you know, that was kind of slow on her part. And then her girlfriend thinking they about to be on a first class flight out of here, like, girl, no, yeah. All of these people are delusional.
Every last one of them are delulu. And you're right. I could care less about Claudia. I just wish they had got the job done. I'm mad at the person who took the shot and didn't finish it, because the way we should have we should have took a headshot or something too. We should have stabbed her in the back of the head. We needed to make sure that this took, okay? Whatever happened to like going for the head, not just with the blicky, but whatever way you gonna take them out. Like we could have cut her throat. I'm just saying, like, there had to be a better way to take her out. But you know, it is what it is. Now we're here, and for whatever reason, Claudia still thinks that Claudia like really believes that she is like this big Don. Like she believes that she is this big major boss and that this is what she wants. Girl, no, you don't even fit the description of what this is supposed to look like. As a matter of fact, and you're bad at it. It would be different if she didn't fit the description and she was good at it. That would be like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? But this is like, girl, you really are bad at it. You really shouldn't do this. And the crazy part about it is that she really doesn't have to do this. So many other avenues and doors that she could be in. I almost side her like I side eye Tariq a lot of times. It's just that Tariq grew on me, and you know, I have to like Tariq because he's part of Ghost. But I ain't got to like this heifer, right? I ain't gotta like her. And at the end of the day, the phone thing was just dumb. I was thinking the same thing, Tamika. Like, why are we talking on the phones? Like, what are we doing here? Like nobody's listening in on this. And then Stacey Marks just does the absolute most. She's going to try to get everybody in her pocket at some way, form, or fashion, all to fit her own agenda. And this isn't going to end well for her when it's all said and done. And Vic is just stupid on every level. The girlfriend, Claudia, is using you. She doesn't really like you like that. Like ever since Claudia came back, I can't think of what the little girl name is, whatever her name is. Ever since they got together, it has always been about what she can do for Claudia. She needed those clubs that was using her. Now I'm gonna finesse you and tell you all the things when girl is just like, shoot, we're about to get up out of here. This isn't what she want to do. This isn't the life that she wants, and she's doing all this for Claudia. I'll be damned if I'm ever gonna put my livelihood in jeopardy for anybody, for no man, woman, none of that. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody got enough good to make me want to do no bullshit that I don't want to do. I'm sorry. So this is just dumb on every level. Let's get rid of Claudia, and we get rid of her in the next. We got rid of Liliana to keep her. Come on now, come on, do better.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you both, ladies. And Elise is a stool pitcher. She's literally a stool pitcher for Claudia. She'll do all the things that Claudia says. Claudia must put it down. That's all I can say. But at the end of the day, girl, like EJ said, Claudia does not like you, Elise. So you might want to get out while you can, but you know, don't seem like she's going anywhere anytime soon. So then we get Tommy, Uncle Tommy. We got to talk about D-Mac. Some of the people, like these first three group of people, I just wish they would just go away. Don't go. They ain't got to necessarily die. Just go away. But we got D-Mac, and D-Mac is doing the most. He's supposed to have his behind at school. However, he's hiding basically. And so Uncle Tommy comes banging at the door like the popo, and he is just, you know, he's trying to hide in the closet. And what's the I forgot his name, EJ. What's the young man? Because I was about to call him Bakari.
I don't know what his name is over here. That boy is Bakari. I don't know his name in here. DeMarcus in the chat.
Marshall.
Hey,
Marshall.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, I was about to say something with an M. I forgot.
Yeah, so Marshall is trying to pull a you know, Tommy was telling him, look, you know, you kind of like how I was when I was younger. I was, you know, protective over my friends and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, so because he's lying saying that D-Mac is not in the house. So Tommy ain't no fool. Tommy knows that D-Mac has got to be somewhere in the vicinity, okay? And so he goes through the house. He's talking to him, and he opens up the closet door. Of course, before snatching up D-Mac, he ends up snatching up Marshall as well, and letting him know, I know your game. But he tell him, look, you need to not be trying to get into CBI. You're never rejoining CBI. We already had you safe and secure at one point because you popped the police officer, and plus you got this, you know, you got, I'm gonna call him Killer Mike. Dude in the jail who, you know, your neck is on the line, and all I'm trying to do is protect you, but you're not seeing that. And so, you know, D-Mac is like, okay, well, bump that. I'm not going to join. But in actuality, he's lying, because now he's out here trying to pull licks, and he pulled the lick in Chinatown. And we end up meeting this dude Bolo, and I think we're gonna see Bolo for like two more episodes. But he's got to be a part of some Chinatown entity, simply because this man came in with a pack of fentanyl, big pack, to throw on the table to gamble with, and D-Mac ends up robbing these people. But this guy is looking at him like, bruh, your life is on the line. So, any particular thoughts, EJ, Tamika, on him going D-Mac trying to do his own little thing, and he done hit up the wrong person. That from the looks of Bolo, he looks as if he has pulled up on the wrong individual.
Girl, I'll go first. D-Mac has stayed getting on my damn nerves. I'm just gonna keep it real. D-Mac gets on my nerves, right? Like, out of all of the power kids that they have, y'all know I couldn't stand Kanan most of the time. But D-Mac works my nerves more than Kanan, and that is hard to freaking do. Anybody who knows me and knows my power journey knows that I disdain Kanan with a passion. This Joker works my nerves more than Kanan, and I'm talking about Lil Kanan, more than Lil Kanan, and I just think that's enough said. If I don't know what else to say. Just dumb.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is definitely coming back on D-Mac. D-Mac just keeps saying, what can I do? What else can I do to make things even worse? All while I'm waiting for y'all to put me back in CPI. I'm going to prove to y'all that I'm down, that I'm the one that need to be in the mix. All these kids be getting on my damn nerves in the Power Universe. I absolutely agree with EJ, but I think the difference with D-Mac is that he pretty much, when we met him, he was in the streets and he was trying to do all different type of craziness. Like, we haven't seen him have the good life, so to speak, where he actually could, even though he's extremely smart, so we do see that part. Like, he could be doing something with, I don't know, counting the money, doing something with accounting since he's so good with math. But, as far as Kanan and Tariq, we know that they were in good schools and they had other opportunities and choices, but he just don't give a damn. And even though I understand, Tommy, it's also kind of, ironic at the same time that you would have other young soldiers, but then when it's your nephew, you want to be protective and keep him out of it. But obviously, he ain't going to stay out of it. So I feel like Tommy's just supposed to take him under his wing and try to guide him as much as he possibly can in this, but we know it ain't going that way. And these people about to come at y'all. Like, how the hell did Marshall get in the room? I'm so confused. I have so many questions with this. And y'all really thought y'all was just gonna take this written on this money and ain't nobody coming back after you? Okay.
Right. And then for Marshall to try to pretend like he didn't know what all was going on.
Yeah.
What TV shows have y'all been watching for y'all to, to pull this whole little lick off? Like, y'all are too young to be doing the shenanigans. But, CBI, he wants to do any and everything. D-Mac wants to do any and everything to get back into CBI. And unfortunately, Jannard is playing him. He doesn't realize Jannard is playing him because at the end of the day, Jannard is going to get that neck. And, he has a bunch of enemies as well. So, but again, he wants to belong so badly. He doesn't want he doesn't want a 9-to-5 job. He wants to get paid. He wants the big payoff, but he wanted without the knowledge. Like, he's so, he's not willing to really learn. But, Tommy is kind of pulling a Ghost where when Ghost didn't want, to read.
Exactly. Yeah.
What that was giving me, he was, that moment was just giving me Uncle trying to do what he saw Ghost do, which it makes sense. Why not protect what little family I do have? But there's no right now, there's no helping D-Mac, and I gotta feel, and it's gonna be trouble. But listen, y'all, before we continue,
I'm sorry. I did want to say, when Jannard took the package from him, I thought Jannard was about to do a taste test over there in the corner when he went to the side and started eating a chicken.
I know. He better not. Like, I don't really care for Jannard like that, but he better not go back. He already been. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, but y'all, before we continue, I just want to say thank you to everybody who is tuning in on all of the channels. But if you guys can please, and EJ has placed Talk That Talk Media's YouTube channel in the chat, please head on over to Talk That Talk Media And go ahead, subscribe to that channel and check this video out over there. Leave a comment. We absolutely appreciate it. We're in the process of growing our channel, and we just want y'all to, come on over. Talk That Talk Media. EJ and I, we have some great things over there. I'm on that channel as well, but we have some great things for you guys. So come on over to Talk That Talk Media, and we absolutely appreciate it. Now, in the meantime, in between time, listen, how you get served while you trying to take somebody else down? You get served divorce papers. Like, clearly, Marks is all about her business. She's all about her running for mayor or governor, whatever that position was. I think it was mayor, but she don't really, care about her husband. And he pretty much let her know later on, look, if it's not about the optimism or the look of still being married and you got a husband on the police force, then we can work this thing out. Other than that, baby, they're going to divorce papers. Sign them, turn them in, do whatever you need to do. We can talk about what we got to separate, and just let me go. So EJ, Tamika, thoughts on Marks and her divorce? Because we know she always talking about taking Tommy down, but the highlight was this big, fine, sexy process server coming in and giving her this paperwork.
Because that was the only good part about this whole entire thing. Nobody cares about her getting they've been divorced in general. Like in theory, they have not been on one accord since we've met these two and known that they was a thing. They sex scene was whack. I'm sorry. There was just like, I'll never get that out of my head. That thing was so horrible. I'll never forget that. So I knew right then that they weren't compatible. So I knew that this is where we were coming to at some point. Marks doesn't want to allow this man to be the head of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about, equal and all that type of stuff. But sometimes you have to allow a man to be who he is, who he is supposed to be when you become one, right? And it feels like Marks never is always, I don't want to say she emasculate. I feel like that may be the right word for it. Because it feels like there's always this moment where she never listens to what he has to say. When he talked about this was a bad move when they went and did when they ended up catching Claudia and what's his name, he knew something was off with it. And you would think with all of his expertise, with all of his years and years of being a detective and being in this particular world, you would think that she would listen to him for that, not just because this is her husband, but for that reason alone, because I can't separate work from home life, right? But the thing is that a person, right? You're married to them, you know them. So if he's telling you like, look, I don't think this is a good idea because I know him, right? Because he's been in this world, because I trust him, I'm probably going to listen to him because he's probably right on this right here, because I'm not really the expert. I'm just somebody who is out here trying to climb a ladder and chase this political thing. She didn't care about that. The only thing she thought about is, if I get this divorce, dang it, what's that going to look like for my political career? This ain't the right time. I can't stand Stacey Marks, and I'm glad he divorcing her ass. Bye.
For sure.
Yeah, we saw this coming. I don't think any of us was surprised, and I don't understand why she's surprised. I mean, she really expected him to just still be standing on the sidelines. I don't really think she gave a damn about this man, to be honest with you. But the child, that sex scene was horrible. The only one that might have them beat is Bryant and Jen from BMF. But anyway, this was like, who didn't know this? And it was so funny when the co-workers was like, is there anything we can do to help? Like, what the hell y'all gonna do? She was like, yeah, your job.
Right.
Yeah, right. She should have saw this coming a mile away. Like, do you even go home to him? Like, y'all haven't had no conversations, nothing. Yeah, no, it's a no for me. I'm glad he divorced her. I hope he don't get caught out there. I hope that he's not a part of Tommy's plan. We shall see.
Right, for sure, definitely. Yeah, leave Bobby alone. Leave Bobby out of this mess. He ain't got nothing to do with Marks and her shenanigans. Okay. But then, y'all, they get one too many hits, y'all. This is the second time somebody has tried to come after Tommy's neck and the CBI crew. And oh boy ends up getting popped. And of course, Mireya, she is there. She's like, I got your back. Let's get him to the first. She was like, somebody call 911. He's like, no, girl, we can't call the police. But you know, they take him to the house, take him to Tommy's place. He gets stitched up. Of course, who invited Denard? Why would you go to Tommy's house? You know Tommy don't like you. Why are you there, sir? Like, why? But he shows up anyway. They talk about how, you know, we think it was the Marquez crew. And Tommy's like, okay, well, don't come back here anymore. But what you need to do, Jenard, is go and look for the Marquez hitter who did this. And so we can, you know, come up with a plan and take him out. So any particular thoughts on this? This was the second hit. The first hit was when Tommy and I forgot old girl. I know her name, but Jenard's girlfriend, they both almost got snatched up or got popped. Shanti. Yes, Shanti. I wish Shanti would go away. But Tamika, the EJ, any thoughts on this second hit? Two hits too many for me.
Yeah, there's too many. Listen, we know that in the Power universe, they be having these big beds that be coming out and then they don't be about nothing, but I'm going to give them credit. They ain't playing no games with Tommy and them. They on their damn neck, okay? They was like, catch me if you can. We going to get you every which way. It's also interesting to see that Mireya is all of a sudden down, baby, okay? She wasn't down like this with her damn brother, so I don't know what Tommy, is giving her. But she open wide now. I forgot she was even a damn nurse. She over here, let me go ahead and sew up your wounds and get you the medication. I'm like, sis, when we doing all this? Okay. But yeah, Jenard, he know how Tommy feel about him, but he's also using that as his leverage. Of course, we'll see that later on. And we do need to find the shooter. We do need to see, who the hell this is and get our give backs on them and make sure that we on top of things, because right now y'all messing up the business with all of this, to be honest. Like, it's out of order.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Exactly. I concur. I mean, at the end, listen, this is what I don't understand, right? I haven't understood this whole thing with Shanti and Jenard. It just doesn't make any sense. I just always feel like the goal is supposed to be to make money and make a lot of it and not try to get popped. Like, I just feel like that's like the goal. Try not to get like pop, like bliggy pop, and to try not to get popped by the popos and to make a lot of money. If you're going to be in this world, it shouldn't be the goal. Like, I just feel like that should be the goal. These petty things that we are coming up with, oh, I want to be the king, the queen. Listen, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Don't nobody want to do that shit. Like, come on. Like, really, let's just be real about this. This is dumb and this is stupid. Jenard knows that Tommy don't like him. He just doing this because and I'm side-eyeing Diamond, y'all, too. And I got some words about him. I'm pretty sure you got a slide in here about him, too. And I'll save those words for Diamond later because, listen, I ain't never been like a super Diamond fan either because Diamond is dumb, too. But I'll save it. Let me tuck that back in. I'm gonna come back to that one. But anyway, just at this scene in general, I love Mireya. Mireya saying, look, I'm down for my man. I mean, she's been around this world for a long time, but it is really funny how all of a sudden she just like real down. I said, I guess it just took the right one that she said, listen, I'm just going to go with what I know. And I'm here for you, Tommy. Okay. So I'm not mad at it. It is what it is.
Yeah, she got when she got that leverage over her brother, that I will let Shay know that you did something to Armando. Like, he was, she has a little bit of power that, she can kind of use at this point. Before, she didn't really have anything. For me, I don't think she really had anything that she could really use, but now she got a little power. So she's like, okay, I can use that to keep my man. So, I mean, I want to see how much further they go. I want to see if she make it to the end, because many of Tommy's love interests have not made it to the end, y'all. So I just want to see if she gonna, if she gonna become Mrs. Tommy Egan at the end. But Tommy has a plan, y'all. Tommy literally has a plan. He's gonna have to, all these people that are coming after him, especially Miguel, he's gonna have to come after Miguel. He's what is Miguel's cartel? The Prince cartel, or not the Prince cartel, the Prince something. They're the Prince crew, the Prince,
the insane princess.
Yeah, Insane Princess, the Purple Rain Princess, okay? Because they just doing too much. They doing too much. They keep coming after Tommy. Yes, we justifying some things for Tommy because, we know Tommy is a psychopath. We know he's he's that guy. But listen, y'all can't be coming for Tommy. And that's just what it is at this point. He goes and he says, okay, I'm going to go screw up Miguel's product. So he literally sets the whole situation on fire. And y'all, he burns like a lot of kilos of cocaine, okay? And the crazy part about it, though, this is what tells me that Tommy is really a true psychopath because the whole time this thing is going kaboom and blowing up and all the things, Tommy ain't even looking back. Diamond is looking like, oh, shoot, but Tommy ain't even fazed by it. So that's what reminds me that Tommy is just not quite right in the brain. Any thoughts on, was this a good plan, EJ, or Tamika then EJ, on Tommy taking out Miguel's products? Because now he can't make no money. He can't do the things, and now he's gonna have to go to the Albanians and be like, look, your products they got destroyed.
Yeah, I see the plan. I see the vision. We want to get rid of the competition, and we already don't like Miguel anyway. We like, listen, I promised Maria that I wasn't going to take him out, but I didn't say nothing about I wasn't going to mess up his shit so that I could level up. But I don't know where they be getting their workers from. I'm sorry. Like, y'all be too easy. How the hell y'all here supposed to be protecting product, moving product, and y'all just, and y'all don't hear nothing, y'all don't see nothing, y'all ain't paying attention to nothing. We ain't got enough people here anyway. We ain't got no guards at the door. Okay, but anyway, they did what they needed to do. But that was funny when they was walking out from this fire because Diamond sure enough do look like he jumped and he looking, but Tommy, this is another day for him, another day in the neighborhood.
Right. Psycho.
Agreed. I agree with both of you. Tommy is a psycho. And I think that's what I love about Tommy is that he's just straight psycho and he just don't care. Tommy irks my nerves too sometimes, but for the most part, I'm always gonna ride for my OG power people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's psycho as hell, but listen, that's Tommy. That's Tommy, and that's who we here to ride for. So, with all his insaneness, it is what it is. So, I expected nothing more than this from him, and that's why I said Diamond. Looking back, I'm like, Diamond, come on, bro, come on, act like you've been in this world before. Come on, I guess he ain't never been to this level because Tommy is a little extra.
Okay, but hell, he just sliced a dude's throat, so he should have been okay with it. But I just thought it was funny to see Tommy has no reaction other than he was excited that they just got Miguel in their shenanigans, and his plan has to continue. We know because Miguel put up on him like, listen, why you messing with my product? Like we supposedly supposed to be in the middle with this whole situation, but you done tore up my ish. So Miguel is like, Miguel ain't gonna let this stand. Tommy don't give a dang, but Tommy's gonna do what he wants to do. At the end of the day, they're gonna be enemies. I think the whole premise of the show was to find an enemy that would be consistent and would be just as scary as Tommy. But then he also says we got to screw up Ortega and his movements. Now Ortega, we know, is in lockdown, and earlier Marks set it up to put Ortega in lockdown and away from everybody else. So Ortega wouldn't be able to make phone calls and all of those things. And, of course, that's when Vic, he overheard, he knew all the things that he was going to be sent to lockdown and all of that. And so he ends up, going and letting Ortega know, look, you ain't running ish. I'm coming to take over. Your boy is up out of here. He pops this dude, and dude is just, Ortega's just screwed. Like, what else can Ortega do? Any thoughts, EJ and Tamika, on Mateo, what can he do? Like, what else can he do?
This is when I think Tommy started going a little too far with it. I get it. I understand what he was doing. And then another one. How the hell he didn't hear Tommy roll on the... Okay. But anyway, I just feel like Tommy, he always going to be up for war. He going to be ready and down to take over whatever the hell he want to take over, get what he trying to get. Diamond just going along with him. He just there. But oh God, I think you got to kind of pick your battles sometimes. Like I think he was smart with taking out, taking Miguel's stuff, and we want to try to get the Albanians, whatever have you. And I know we got to get the get back for them coming and powing and all of that. And Maria could have been hurt, and we need to up the security. Like all of those are smart moves to me. But we got to kind of pick our, I don't know, pick our plays a little bit better. Like choose the battle, so to speak, and think about the bigger picture and the outcome. Because again, we don't need to be in a whole war with the damn cartels. We already have a coalition. We kind of, and a understanding amongst all of us where we not fighting against each other. But now we're gonna get into a whole nother war with the cartels, and we just like, I'm Tommy Egan, so whatever I want to do, I could do. Yeah, I don't know if that was a smart move, but we here this Tommy, because that's the difference with Tommy and Ghost. Okay, Ghost knew how to pick the battles, and he knew when to do, and he could fit into different categories. He could wear the suit and be with the politicians and the business of it all, and at the other time flip it and reverse it and get street when he needs to. Tommy straight street. Okay, the one time we seen him put on the suit and he had to back out. Like, yeah, no, he don't know how to fit into the different areas.
That's true. That is very, very true. I mean, as far as this one is concerned, I was torn on this one because, for one thing, we know that the cartel has actually been coming after them left and right because they are trying to take out Tommy, because Claudia said that Tommy and Shanti were the ones and that they needed to get rid of them. So we know that that's why the cartels have been coming after them, right? And so they needed to get the shooter. They found the shooter. Well, the Gennaro say this who the shooter is. Mateo is the shooter. They found him. They eliminated him. But I do think that, of course, this is going to bring about even more bloodshed. Like, it's never going to stop, because even though I was coming after y'all and trying to take out Tommy and Shanti, I don't care about that. You took out Mateo. So now we got to come after you. And now it got to look like, oh, we only coming after you because you came after. But that's not even the case. Like, the case is that you put a hit out on Tommy and Shanti because Claudia said that they were the ones who turned everybody in and that they was the reason. And now they get some get back. And now you gonna get your get. And it's just going to continue to be a thing. But nobody is really going to see it that way. Like, what's going to really happen is that they're going to see it like Tommy is off the rails and that this was just a horrible thing. While I think he can have more finesse in the way that he does things and that he could be a little more methodical like Ghost is, we know that he's no Ghost for sure, but he could definitely make better moves, and we could have still took out this hitter, but we could have took him out in a different way. We don't always have to announce that we're the ones who did something. And I think that's where the mistake is.
That's the part that got me. Yeah.
But that he did it with such a loud, like, don't be loud all the time. Sometimes it's okay to be quiet and still take care of business, right? So, I mean, that's where I kind of was with that. I got it, but yeah, Tommy just always just gonna be that one. They gotta be the loudest person there and just do stuff. And this is gonna really just cause another friction within the coalition. You already doing something that's unprecedented. It's already hard to get all these people together. All you really finna do is just have everybody trying to come against you because you got so many internal snakes anyway. So, it's crazy.
Yep, and here we go. He has to bring the evidence to the party. Like, what was the purpose? Show them the power of the coalition. What did he say? This white boy gonna get us unalived. And so then Gennaro has to kind of like take over the conversation to kind of rally everybody back together. And Tommy looking at him like, oh, so this is what we doing? Now you talking for me? Like, next time all you do is stand back. You just a corner boy at this point. You're not even in power of GBI. So we've already gathered that Tommy is doing way too much at this moment. He's being too loud in his actions, and we're gonna need him to calm down. But we got to move back to Vic real quick, because Vic don't know what the hell to do. Vic is just he's just so confused. it's either him or them, and he just does not know what to do. So he goes to, what's her name, Betsy. He goes to her, and this is Polly's wife, and he says that that she and Polly were like parents to him, and what do I do? And she gives him this advice that between two devils, the one who's weaker is the one that's easier to take out. And so earlier we saw where Vic had met this chick, or he saw this woman by the name of Ray at Marx's office. So it looks like Ray, and he gave her the name I'm Jason Booker Boy Bye, but he gave her that name because, of course, he can't tell her I'm Vic Flynn. You know what I mean? But I think he's going to use her pretty much to kind of get more details about Marks and maybe her running this whole mayor campaign. Any particular thoughts, Tamika, the EJ, on this new alias that Vic has created, as well as him approaching Ray? And I think for me, again, my opinion is I think he's going to use that to infiltrate whatever Marks has going on, because he can't get to Tommy, so he's got to get to the weaker one.
Yeah, side note, I just want to say, Jannard, you and your little speech, keep New York name out your damn mouth, okay? He's talking about, people can't come in here and take over. But Tommy did come and take over, so how about that? But anyway, Beth, she told him, you got two people on your necks. Which one is the lesser of the evils? Which one you feel like is weaker that you could get the leg up on? And so now he's coming up, devising this damn plan. I don't know how long it's going to work or if it's going to work at all, but I mean, I guess it got to be survival of the fittest. He got to try his best because Vic ain't been doing too good because you should have been going already. So, yeah, we're going to try to get Stacey up out the pain, I guess. We're going to get as much information as we can. I don't know how this girl believed this damn name. When he said Jason Book, I was like, what? You couldn't think of nothing better than that. But I guess,
Right.
Exactly. So it wasn't even a great plan if he couldn't even come up with an alias name. Like, you should have already had that alias name together. You should have put a little thought into that, Vic. Yeah, this is gonna blow up in Vic's face when it's all said and done. I get what Beth was saying, like go for the weaker link. I mean, Vic has to survive when it's all said and done. While I think that Vic has made his own bed and he should lay in it and he should really just go and do his time and call it a day, everybody know that people are going to look out for themselves and they going to try to, it's always going to be survival of the fittest. So Vic is just trying to do what a snitch does. At this point, I done snitched everybody out and now I need to try to save my ASS, right? And now he's trying to use this, like this information that she gives him, this advice that she gives him. But I just don't think that Vic is that smart. I don't think the Flynn children are smart at all. I think they are some of the dumbest power characters we have had, right? I think that they do really dumb things. I think that their father didn't teach them anything about this world. I think he tried to force one into it and the other thought that she was made for it. And they really don't know jack. And when it's all said and done, this is going to come back and blow up in his face. Vic will be out of here at some point. I don't see Vic making it to the end. But anytime you try to cross people who don't mind pulling the trigger, like it is what it is. If anything, I guess I would choose Stacey Marks, because the most I'm probably going to lose is my freedom. But once you get up in that place, you probably going to lose your life. Like every road for Vic leads to death, no matter what he does. Like, I don't understand why he's taking so long. He should have just left when he got away. He should have just left. I wouldn't have went to Stacey. I would have left. You would have had to come find me. Come find me over here in one of these countries that has no extradition, because I'm gone. I don't know.
Exactly. I said that last week. Listen, I would have been gone. Soon as I realized I was free, I'd have been gone. But nope, not Vic. He got to stick around. I don't know what the problem is. Like, I know you got some change that you can use to get out of the country, boy. Just go. Run, Forrest, run. But anyway, of course, the king and the queen. I feel like, and I just want to say, I know sometimes it feels like Shanti has, and I know I said GBI, y'all. I'm sorry, because I'm in Georgia. We got the Georgia Bureau of Investigation over here.
That's what I was thinking about.
So my bad. Y'all know I meant CBI. I'm so sorry. But these two, they want to be the king and the queen of CBI. They want to rule the world. Shanti is going to F around and get Jannard taken up out of there. But, you know, she shows a little concern because he tells her about the fentanyl and saying, you know, I think we should, you know, get into the fentanyl game. We got a big old pack. And she's thinking, so are you taking it? Did you take the pills? Like, are you on that stuff again? I don't want no junkie, basically. But you know, I not a whole lot on the two of them because you know it's like a rinse and repeat with them. It's always the same conversation. We got to get Tommy. We got to get this. We got to, you know, it's always the same thing. But any specific thoughts? If not, we'll slide on over to the next one.
I just get annoyed at how she can push his buttons and, you know, oh yeah, you got to get in your brother ear, you got to play your brother, and we got, like you said, got to get Tommy, and it feels like he's a puppet and she just, you know, turning his head in which direction to look in. You know, of course, we over here, he combing her hair and we so in love. And I did appreciate her asking him, like, are you on that shit again? Okay, I ain't gonna be messing around with no dope heads. Like, I'm glad she did bring that up because I'm, like I said, was a little like, Jannard, are we gonna be sniffing this stuff up? But yeah, I don't like the way that she could control. It seemed like he kind of gave her a look though when she kept going in about his brother, because I just feel like that's crossing the line. I get Tommy, I don't give a damn about Tommy, but you wanting him to turn on his brother, that part of it always rubbed me the wrong way. But you know, we pretty much still getting the same thing with them too.
Right.
Listen, Shanti and Jannard, you know, it is what it is. I feel like she gonna turn on him at some point, because why not? Shanti is not to be trusted, and Jannard is just like a little puppy doing whatever he's being told. And at some point, I think he'll realize that he can't unalive his brother. And if he can't unalive his brother, he's going to have to choose between Shanti and his brother. I mean, it just is what it is, because just because he can't do it doesn't mean that Shanti can't do it. Just because he, you know, decides to do a Uno reverse doesn't mean that Shanti's going to do a Uno reverse. And which one is he going to end up choosing? Do you hate your brother this much that you allow somebody to take him out like this? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I just think he's mad still. But I think as they actually grow closer, like as they get back to whoever they were before, because clearly they had to be something before for him to even take over CBI when he had a promising baseball career. There had to be a reason why he did that, right? So right. I just think that once whatever happens, once this connection happens, which is going to be bad for Tommy because we know that Jannard is low-key trying to manipulate things. But at the same time, I think that that's going to be the downfall of it all with him and Shanti, is that he thinks he's trying to manipulate it, but he's really going to really get back cool with his brother. And he ain't going to let her take him out. I think that's how it's really going to play out. And he going to have to take out Shanti. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear you with that, EJ. I definitely agree with both y'all ladies. But I also think that hell, Shanti could definitely betray Jannard and be like, okay, listen, I done had enough of you anyway, and I could get another one like you any day, a better one. And she could possibly start plotting up against him. So, you know, Shanti is definitely not to be trusted. And she's definitely demented to be able to, or to be willing to coerce a brother into taking out his own brother. Just Shanti ain't playing with a full deck. I guess she done had too many boxing matches and too many pops up inside her head for her to, you know, think that all of this is just okay. You know what I mean, y'all? But yeah, Jannard, boy, sit down somewhere. You and your girlfriend. But Miguel said, listen, damn it, I'm so sick of Tommy. I can't do it myself, but I'm going to send somebody else to shut his whole little coalition down. Now, we about to be at war. As Mr. Duncan says, we at one freaking war, okay? And, you know, he sends one of his heavy hitters. Miguel sends one of his heavy hitters out there, and some people get popped, but Tommy went in the area. So, like, what was the point? Like, what was even the point behind sending them if you wasn't gonna go for, you know, you wasn't going for Tommy? Like, they were just out there blazing. EJ, did Tamika any thoughts on Miguel sending the hitters to go try to take out the crew?
Well, honestly, I guess I must not been paying attention. I probably got to go back and look at that part one more time. I know he hired them to take out. Thought he hired them to take out Tommy. I thought this was actually the Marquez cartel hitting back because they were going to go.
Yeah, it's two different things. One, Miguel is trying to hire this guy, so there's no connection to him or any of the Mexicans. They don't think they have nothing to do with it. And then that hit is the Marquez coming back again because they showed his tattoo on his neck. So right after them guys was in that meeting and we talking about, oh, don't worry about it, you know, kumbaya, just go ahead, let's make this money. Now y'all done got another pal. Every time you turn the block, they gonna be on y'all.
And this is what's going to come back to them because that's what I thought. I was like, I thought that because I saw the tattoo, I was like, oh, so the Marquez cartel are now they going to go after the coalition, because if I go after the coalition, I'm going to make them turn on Tommy because now we're getting taken out. So we're going to turn this over. We're going to turn them from within. And it's not that hard to do when you got people in a coalition that already didn't rock with each other as it is. All it's going to take is one thing. And here we go. So I think you're going to have this guy that Miguel is trying to hire, right? And then he going to try to take out Tommy, and we'll see how he going to try to do it. You know, ain't going to work, but we'll see how he tries to do it. But then you also get, like, Tommy has people coming at him from all freaking sides of everywhere. So it just is what it is. But this is about to be the moment where, I don't know if it'll happen this episode, next episode, but soon and very soon, this coalition is about to turn on Tommy, which I feel like this is gonna, if it happens the way that I think it's gonna happen, I think this is where we're gonna get the needing the reinforcements and bringing in other people, because the people that he's supposed to be able to trust here, he ain't gonna be able to trust them because they often turn on him. I'm talking about Diamond too.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you making a damn mess. I mean, when it comes to that part, they right. All of this kind of started when your ass got here. We got a war with a whole damn cartel that's going to be trying to chop off our heads. It's the way you done brung in this head, waving it around. Child, they're going to be waving our heads around. Like, this got to be on and popping out here in these Chicago streets. But, you know. Tommy said he's ready.
Right. And he got to be, but you know, that last little thought or that last little look when Tommy realized that Jannard, I love to call it man Kennard, when Tommy realized that Jannard and Diamond were kind of like on the same page for once, he was like, damn, he was giving, I think I'm alone in this situation. Now he goes home and Maria is there, and that's when we find out that she riding with Tommy. She got the pills, but Maria is not gonna be enough. He gonna need more than a medic. So this is where I was saying, and EJ kind of mentioned it earlier. It's about time to get our nephew, the most hated nephew in the world, Tariq, on the line and see what he can do for his uncle, because uncle out there looking kind of lonely right now. If y'all can see the lineup, everybody in this lineup is against Tommy by any means. And I'm sure it's some that I'm missing, but damn near everybody is against Tommy. And with them starting that other war, like y'all said, was the Marquez sending it to the CB, whatever, or the DSD. It's looking like, okay, coalition, like Tommy is trying to display some more kind of power. Like, what is Tommy gonna do, y'all? What is coming?
Is everybody against Tommy? I mean, he's made enemies across the board, and even though he was trying to bring everybody together and say we all could get this money, that's a nice idea, but actually being able to plan that out when you making enemies across the board, that's a whole different ball game. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And I do still feel like I seen Kendall put it in the chat, and I said that when we was discussing episode 1. I don't know how Tommy didn't hear Shanti and Jannard when they was having that conversation, and he came around that corner 2 seconds later. I feel like he did hear them. I don't know. And we already know Stacey, she gonna make, an ass of herself, so she don't really count. I don't think Vic really gonna be able to do nothing either. But however, Carmen, you do still have all of these people out against you, so it's not looking good. We know that Miguel man is gonna fail. Tommy may end up hiring him and having him go get some other people.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it is them against Tommy at this point. Only thing is that Tommy doesn't know how many people are really against him. I don't think he ever trusted Jannard, and Diamond's inability to separate what's really happening is the reason why he is so inclined to trust Jannard when he just tried to take him out back in season 1. Like, I just don't understand how we go from my brother trying to literally take me out to me now trusting you and wanting to put you back into CBI business. There's just no way I would ever, not when you try to take me out. It's one thing you try to do something that's not going to involve me being, but it's another thing when you literally try to literally wipe me off the board and I know it, right? And then him and this brother connection coming back, because I think that's what he wants with these two coming back together. He's going to continue. Jannard is going to continue to manipulate. Just stupid as I feel Jannard is, the one thing he is playing smart is leaning on that relationship that he knows that his brother wants with him, leaning on that thing. And I also feel like there's a guilt to it too. I got my brother in this whole thing when he could have had this, but now he's stuck over here. So I feel like there's this guilt to it. So I just think at the end of the day, once Diamond flips, because that's the only one left to truly flip. Diamond already does things behind Tommy's back, right? He's trying to take out his nephew behind his back. Jannard did that whole thing, which I thought was interesting how Jannard is playing this. Jannard is playing this to where it will look like Diamond is the one who tried to take out D-Mac to Tommy, because he's thinking we don't need to do it. We shouldn't do it. Like, he's saying that, but at the same time, him and Shanti have already said that they gonna take him out later. They know that they have to do this for King Kimo. That's the only way. Otherwise, the coalition not gonna work, regardless of the fact. And then we have Ortega. I mean, it's just typical Cortez business as usual. Cortez is, they got to be the top dogs, yada, yada, yada. And this all started with Claudia. Claudia is the one who name dropped Tommy into this. Otherwise, the Marquez cartel wouldn't have ever been coming after Tommy and Shanti too. They would have never been coming after them. So Claudia, by association, Claudia has brought them into this. So now we got this enemy. Stacy, she'll fail. It just is what it is. But we always got to have the police aspect of it. So there's that. Vic, that's not going to happen. And then, of course, we got Shanti, who we really don't even know really what side she's on besides Shanti's side. For all we know, she could flip this and say, hey, Jannard has been trying to be against you this entire time, but, I want to be down. Like, we don't know if she can do that one or if she's got, like, we don't know which flip she's going to go. But we just know it ain't going to be real, whatever flip it is, because Shanti is only out for Shanti. And at this point, Tommy is going to be against everybody. I mean, it is what it is. And plus, you came into Chicago. You came into a city that wasn't your city in the beginning to take over a city with people that you don't really know. Like, CBI tried to stay out of the way of the cartels and stuff. Right. Tommy's just not afraid to push the envelope. Tommy's used to being the connect, the person that the distributor, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's used to being that big person at the top because that's who he and Ghost were. They had their main connect, but they were the distributors for everybody else. And they had all of these, different sets and stuff. So I get why Tommy felt like he needed to do this, like why he felt like this was an opportunity. But at the same time, I just feel like, dang, Tommy, you're moving shaky, bruh. Like, none of these people are.
And Jannard did make a good point, even though I don't be with him with everything he doing. But when Diamond was like, well, Tommy been holding me down, and he was like, I held you down too, shit. What are we talking about? I held you down 15 years when your ass was in prison. Like, let's not forget.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just Tommy make them bigger moves. They be thinking small and Tommy thinks big. And I just can't get over Jannard's idea of, like, I held you down for sure, and I agree with him on that part. But at the same time, as soon as I got out and I didn't really want no part of this business, you automatically assumed I wanted a part of this business and was already trying to take me out because you didn't want me to be the head of something that I wasn't even trying to be the head of. But at the same time, if you was holding me down as soon as I came back, if I wanted to take back over, shouldn't you just have been like, let's do this together? Like, shouldn't that have been an end because I was really doing this for you? Like, Jannard and Shanti, for whatever reason, they just are snakes and they just can't, they don't have loyalty. And I hate that. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, they definitely, They are literally the heads of the snake. No, she's the head, and Jannard is the tail of that snake. That is, you can't trust them. And again, he's unfortunately, because it's Tommy's show. Unfortunately, Tommy is kind of on his own. And I mean, I just need him to go on and make the phone call. Listen, do what you got to do. And I got to feel, I don't know. We may see that phone call in maybe the 4th or 5th episode, but hopefully Tommy will realize sooner than later that these people really don't F with you like that. And you got to be careful.
Do you think it's gonna be that soon? I'm interested to see, and the thing about it is, I do like that they tied in. They showed him getting a text about Kate, that Kate went back to New York, because we already know that, you know, what happened in Ghost. So I like that they do that in there. So okay, y'all paying attention.
Okay, they said we're gonna get this continuity together. Okay,
okay. That part.
They know them Power fans be on it. They'll go through and dissect every little thing. Not me. I like Power, but not so much to dissect it. But some people be dissecting the hell out of it.
Right, that part. I'm not mad at that though. You know, I just threw it out there. That's a wishful thinking that they would make it happen that soon, but I think it's gonna probably come at the last damn minute. You know how TV does. They wait till the last. What is it supposed to be, like 8 or 10 episodes of Power Book Force? And so they'll probably wait till the last 2 or 3 episodes to really give us some protection or meat and potatoes for Tommy. But you know, I'm here for it. I'm ready for whatever comes next. They gave us a little trailer. I still don't know what's gonna happen next. Lastly, y'all, any final thoughts on? Well, before I do that, let me go to the comments real quick, and then we'll do final thoughts. Just to highlight a couple of the comments that I did see. And again, thank you all so much for coming through. We absolutely appreciate you all. If you are on any of the other channels, All Things Ruthless, TV Junkie, please head over to Talk That Talk Media. Go ahead and tap that notification bell. Subscribe. Make sure you guys follow us on our IG page and try to join us over there at our Patreon. EJ and Tika, y'all. Ruthless Junkies, y'all come on through. The chat, the comment, everything is up there. The information is in the banner, y'all. But let's see. Stephen Harris said, Vic needs to go off my TV. I don't care nothing about him. He a snitch. HFG says, Tommy is too wild. They're going to band together and run him up out of there soon. I feel like they coming for Tommy. They definitely all coming for Tommy, for sure. Let's see. I'm sorry. Kendall says, I hope Claudia doesn't have a plot armor like Tommy, because she could be gone. She should be gone. Yeah.
Maybe she should have been gone, okay?
Claudia's still here. She got something. She got something. P. Bronson says, people get crazy. Her vision get cloudy when the person she's fantasized about seems to like you. Who's she talking about? Who Pete Bronson talking about? I'm sorry. I don't remember what we were talking about when they made that statement. So maybe it'll come back. We had Renee Beckham said she was listening, but she was driving. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your dedication and participation. And don't be texting and driving while you out there. We don't want you having one more statement, y'all. Diamond going all after D-Mac doesn't make much sense. He knows Tommy is his protector, and up to the point, Diamond's character has been writing loyal type. Not sure why they want him leading charges. Diamond really didn't want to be a part of the shenanigans in the beginning, but now that Diamond is all in, it's like Diamond is MF and Diamond. Y'all saw him sitting in that image and where he has like this flashback of him slashing dude's throat, and the blood, like I'm mother effing Diamond. So you know, today
I think that Diamond was okay with D-Mac up until the point where it was like King Kylo was saying he can't sleep, he want the person taken out and all of that, blah blah blah. But we could have just made up somebody else that did it. If we didn't have to say that it was D-Mac to begin with. But you know, nonetheless, we here. So when we thinking about the bigger picture that could mess up our money and all of that, then it's like, hey, D-Mac gotta go. And if it's the other way around, Tommy would make the same decision. But you know he's not gonna be okay with it because you know that's his nephew. So
exactly, and that's the nail on the head right there. If if it was Diamond's nephew, Tommy would say that he got to get rid of him and he wouldn't have any 2-second thoughts about it. And that's the only problem with that's the bigger problem, you know. And then at the same time, we also have the fact that Jannard played all of this. Jannard never had to tell nobody. They didn't have to tell who it was. They didn't have to say it was D-Mac. But Jannard has been playing his game all of this time. I just can't wait till Jannard gets his. And I hope Diamond finally sees what his brother has been doing. Because,
Yep. He been playing that hard game. Well, anyway, y'all, that was pretty much how it all went down on season 3, episode 2 of Power Book 4 Force. With that being said, EJ and I would like to thank Tamika's Den for joining us over here at Talk That Talk Media for this whole Power Force conversation, the Talk That Talk review. Tamika, any final thoughts? And then what do you have coming up on your channel?
Yes, thank you, ladies, for having me. I always enjoy talking power. And this episode was better to me than the first one. I was here for this. I was like, see, this is what we come for. Okay, money, power, powder. This is what we want. Give the people what they want. Hopefully, we're gonna keep going, better and better with each episode. I'm looking forward to the next one. As far as what's going on in my channel, listen, I've been live every day this week, y'all, okay? First time in a long time, I think like a year, shoot. But I was getting busy, me and Monique 69 Ways. On Mondays, we talking about It, Welcome to Derry. Tuesdays, I'm with Candy Love for the Oval. Then Wednesdays, Sisters with Candy Love and Monique 69 Ways. And then Thursday, we actually talked about Finding Joy. Yesterday, we had the finale of Reasonable Doubt. Okay, tomorrow I think I'll be, with the ladies in the panel for Family Business. Looking forward to that. That episode was good, y'all. So yeah, and then the same thing this coming up week, we do it all over again. I'm probably missing something, but y'all go over there, check it out, hit the like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Subscribe to all the channels. Definitely subscribe to TDT. Y'all been getting busy, baby. I can't even keep up. I've been trying to catch up and keep up with the lives and the videos. Y'all doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
girl.
much.
You're the busy one, though. You've been, every time I turn around, Tamika's going live. So you've been working too. And yeah, EJ, girl, we how many, girl, the schedule is thick, y'all. The schedule is thick. And our boss, our supervisor, EJ, keeps us busy, and we appreciate it. She keeps the content going over here. So if y'all are liking what y'all are seeing so far, please feel free to join us over there on TDT, over here on TDT Media. So EJ, thoughts, final episode, as well as any final thoughts?
Yeah, so I mean, this episode was fine. I wouldn't like calling home to mama about it. It takes a lot for Power Book 4 Force to get me like just I'm ready. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I have a bad taste in my mouth about Power Book 4 Force. I think I just be watching it just to watch it at this point because it's Power and it's Tommy, and I just love Tommy. I ain't even gonna lie about it. But it was cool. Like, it was cool. I love the setups that we had here. I love the action that we had going on. We had some pow-pows and, Tommy cutting off heads and doing things. Like, the shenanigans was real, for real. So, I'm excited to see where we're going to go with the next episode, like what's going to happen next week. And to be fair, and this is no shade, I'm just really trying to get to Tariq. I'm trying to get to the end so we can get to Tariq so I can see how we going to play this thing out, how it's all going to come about. I need to get there so that we can get to the next Power spinoff, whatever that is. And I think Raising Kanan is supposed to be coming back at some point soon next. So, we're just trying to get to that. But listen, shout out to Power Book 4 Force. So Tommy, okay, last season we locked in. We here for it. We're gonna be here for it all.
Absolutely. And anything else coming up? I know you got plenty coming up on TV Junkie Review, so let them know about that too. I forgot to add that. I'm sorry, EJ.
You good? Yeah, so on my channel, TV Junkie, of course we got the Family Business. And then I think I got a couple of reviews coming up on the Family Business. I'm going to be doing some reviews of GRIT, All Black show. I just haven't got around to it yet, but I'm trying to get to that one. and get that one done. And pretty much that's really about all that I got going on TV Junkie right now. I'm really more of like a, I've been focusing on the family business right now a lot. Y'all know I get heavy in the family business whenever it come on. So I stayed right around there. But we did have Reasonable Doubt, y'all. Listen, I'm going to post, I got to post my little memory video for Ozzy because why they do listen, Reasonable Doubt was so great, y'all. Shout out to Reasonable Doubt getting renewed for a season 4. I am so excited about this show. If you are not watching Reasonable Doubt, you need to be watching Reasonable Doubt. I'm just gonna turn. Oh, yep. You need to be watching Reasonable Doubt, and you already know who I'm talking to. We're gonna get Tika in on Reasonable Doubt, y'all. We gonna get her to watching it, okay? But yeah, so definitely check out our Reasonable Doubt lives that we did. I actually had 2 on Fridays with 2 different panels, so definitely check that out. I hope, and this is not a promise, but I hope to do a overall review over the entire season. That's on my list. But we know about these lists. Sometimes I don't always make it through it, but I really hope that I can get to that. But other than that, I think that's all on TV Junkie. Do you want me to run down TDT too?
You can, yeah.
All right. So on TDT right now, of course, Power Book 4 Force is going to be moving to Fridays, y'all. So next week, we'll be moving Power Book 4 Force to Friday. Our girl Tika won't be here with us next week, I believe. That's right. The week after that. Okay, so the 4th and 5th episodes. So next week, I think I'll be doing Power Book 4 Force. Tamika will be joining us. So make sure y'all come hang out with us again, but we'll be on Friday. Okay. And then we'll have Married at First Sight. That's going to be on Sunday. So definitely if you're watching that, I think we got like 2 more episodes of that. We are going to be doing Eric Jerome Dickey's Friends and Lovers. We're going to be doing that on the 19th, y'all. So definitely come and join us for that. Listen, we're supposed to be doing that for our book club book too. We'll see if we still gonna do that for the book club book since the movie done came out now, but we'll see. But the book was actually really good. I went back and reread it to prepare for the TV show. I mean, for the movie coming out. It's a 2-part series, y'all. So part of I think Lifetime's is it They Love thing, whatever it is, Lifetime always got a theme, and I love it. But I'm here for it. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about Stephen King's It Part 2. So listen, I'm ready for that. And that's going to be on Monday as well. Tika's going to be hosting, and we're going to be joined by our resident Slice of Horror. She's the guru. And then
Yes.
on Thursday, we'll have All Is Fair. So if you haven't been watching All Is Fair, it's definitely worth a watch. I would say it's definitely an interesting show, interesting concept. We're going to be reviewing it, so come hang out and talk with us about that one as well. And then we'll be dropping some more reaction videos this week as well. If you haven't checked out any of our other reactions, please go and check out our reaction videos. I think Tika and I are quite interesting to watch. Look at stuff that we haven't looked at before. So please come in and check us out with that as well. And then we're doing Welcome to Derry right now for our reactions. And we're also doing Interview with a Vampire for reactions. We'll be throwing in some more shows as well. We got like a whole backlog, y'all. So y'all just got to come over to our channel. We got like a ton of stuff that we got going on. And I think that is it for now. I don't think I missed anything. Oh, the Talamasca. If you're not watching the Talamasca, you got to be watching the Talamasca. We do that on Mondays as well, y'all. So definitely come and check us out on Monday for the Talamasca. And I think that is it. Did I miss anything?
No, you got it down pat, EJ. You did it better than I could. So yeah. But yes, y'all. Yes. Please join us. Please join us and comment. Give us a reaction. Tell us how we doing. We don't mind. We love constructive criticism. Don't be rude, but we don't mind constructive criticism. So let us know what you like, or is there anything that you guys want to see us talk about or react to? Drop it in the comments and let us know all of the things. But we absolutely appreciate you guys. As always, I always say your presence is our present. So thank you so much. And the only thing I am focused on all things Ruthless is the oval. Of course, I'll join for the family business so I can hear the Donna slander. It's all good. I'm still here for it all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And just stay locked in the TDT, y'all. And thank y'all again for coming through. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. TDT Media is here, y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.
Peace.
Talk that. Talk that. Talk that.